Hello my dear students, welcome to Magesh Sivagauri tutorial class. In this session we are going to see 10th standard first language English prose first lesson A Wrong Man in Workers Paradise written by Rabindranath Tagore. Dear students, for this lesson we are going to see entire summary in English. A wrong man in Workers Paradise. As you know, paradise means heaven. Workers Paradise means paradise or heaven belongs to workers. How did a wrong person or a wrong man enter into workers' paradise? And what will happen if the wrong man entered into the workers' paradise? Let us see in this class. Before going to the lesson, let us see about the author Rabindranath Tagore. Note on the author. Rabindranath Tagore, 1861 to 1941, is our national poet. Rabindranath Tagore is our national poet. He had a multifaceted personalities. He was not only a great poet but also a genius in music, painting, acting, choreography, etc. Dear students, here Rabindranath Tagore is not only a great poet but he is also a genius in music, painting, acting, choreography, etc. He was the first Indian to receive the Nobel Prize. Dear students, this is and all GK questions. He was the first Indian to receive the Nobel Prize. He was awarded the honor in 1913 for his Gitanjali, a collection of poems. For his collection of poems Gitanjali, he was awarded and honored in 1913. Dear students, before going to the lesson, let us see what are the characters are involved in this. Students, before going to the class, take your textbook and pencil in your hand. Kindly note down the glossary lines and glossary words and write the meaning in there, and write the characters in top of the lesson to remind in while your revision period. Idler. Dear students, here idler is not a name of the person, it is a word in English. The meaning of the idler word is the man who has no work, or the man who is not ready to do the work. So one of the person idler, he has no work in this lesson. He is not ready to do any work. He is sitting simply and wasting his entire time. Girl of the silent torrent. Torrent means flow of the river. Silent torrent means, let us see in this lesson, there is a small twist in this word. Aerial messenger. You all know aerial messenger. Elders of the workers paradise. In heaven there are elders, right? So elders of the workers paradise and people of the workers paradise. So kindly remember idler you are seeing in picture, girl of the silent torrent, and the you need to notice the paradise image also. You just imagine how the paradise will be. You all know no heaven how it will be. So in this situation, if the wrong man enters into that paradise, what will be happen next? Let us see in this class. Dear students, before going to the class, there will be a pre-reading activity in your textbook. If you have a garden, you grow not only coconuts, vegetables and fruits, but also roses. Why? The reason is, rose is not itself beautiful. Rose will make entire garden beautiful and fragrant smell. It brings a fragrant smell. So rose not makes itself to look beautiful. It makes entire garden to look beautiful. So we will grow a rose and other flowers in our garden. Dear students, let us straightly go to the lesson. First line, the man had never believed in mere utilities. Utilities means using the time or utilizing the time in proper way, but he has not believed to use this time in proper way. He is not believing in those things. If I use the time properly, I will go to heaven, or if I waste my time, I will go to hell. He never believed those mere utilities. So in second line, author says, having had no useful work, he indulged in mad whims. Students, here the meaning for the whims is interest. Okay, he is involved in mad whims. He made little pieces of sculpture, men, women and castles, quaint earthen things dotted over with seashells. In his time, he is making some sculpture of women, men, and castles, quaint earthen things dotted over with seashells. He painted it. He also painted it, his sculpture. Thus, he wasted his time on all that was useless, needless. Dear students, still right now, the idler is in earth, is not when still for heaven. So in heaven, in earth, is wasting his time uselessly and needlessly. He is not doing a proper work. He is not using his time properly. So he is doing every useless and needless work on earth. People laughed at him. In earth, people are laughing at him by seeing that he is wasting his entire time. At time, he vowed to shake off his winds, but they lingered in his mind. But he never minded it off. People are laughing, I need to change myself, I need to do some work. He never minded those things. He indulged in whims. His interest, he is ready to do his interest. He have interest in scripture and painting, so he is doing his scripture and painting, but he never used his time properly. Third para. Some boys seldom play their books and yet pass their tests. Dear students, this is the story of the slow learners. Some of the boys will never read and they won't take textbook in home or school, but while they are writing the test or exam, they will get pass suddenly. Like that, this person never used, the idler never used his time properly on earth, but he went to heaven suddenly. A similar thing happened to this man. He spent his earth life in useless work, and yet after his death the gates of the heaven opened wide for him. He not even used his time properly on earth, but he went to heaven suddenly, and the heaven gates are opened wide for him. Fourth para. But the moving finger, dear students, here moving finger means fate, writes even in heaven. So it came to pass that the aerial messenger who took charge of the man made a mistake and found him a place in workers' paradise. Dear students, the elders in heaven are all speaking that this is a person who is not eligible to stay in a workers paradise, because in heaven also he is wasting his time. So he took charge of the man. The aerial messenger had made a mistake. Actually, aerial messenger brought a idler to the workers paradise. So mostly aerial messenger had made a mistake. So the entire paradise people are thinking that aerial messenger made a mistake. In this paradise you find everything except leisure. Dear students, here leisure means break. In workers paradise they will find everything but except leisure. Nobody takes free or break period. They will take their work 24/7 and they will do their work. Sixth para. Here men says, here means workers paradise. Workers paradise, men says, God, we haven't a moment to spare. Women's whispers, let's move on, time's a flying. All exclaims, time is precious. We have our hands full. We make use of every single minute. There men's and women's are saying we not even have a single time to spend or to waste. We need to utilize our time. We need to work fast. Every people are exclaiming, time is precious. We have our hands full. We make use of every single minute. They sang complainingly, and yet those words make them happy and exalted. Here, dear students, underline the word exalted and write extremely happy. They are extremely happy to do the work in workers paradise. They are not feeling bored or tired or anything else. They are happy to do the work. Seventh para. But these never comer, here the never comer is idler, but the idler never worked. The person who came to workers paradise is seeing the entire thing right now, who had passed all his life on earth without doing a scrap of useful work, did not fit in with the scheme of things in workers paradise. Workers paradise, every person will be working, but this person is not fit for the schemes. So he will find little bit hard, but he never find a hard in that place. He make to get change that entire heaven. He longed in the streets absently. Longed means sleeping in a street, and jostled the hurrying men. Jostled means disturbing the hurrying persons. The workers' paradise peoples are work hurry, but he disturbed that persons. He lay down in the green meadows or close to the fast flowing streams. Here streams means flowing of the rivers, and was taken to task by busy farmers. He was always in the way of others. He was always in the way of others. He is disturbing everyone in workers' paradise. 18th line. A bustling girl went every day to a silent torrent. Here the bustling girl means a girl of the silent torrent. We have seen in the character that girl is moving fastly to the silent torrent. Here the meaning for the silent torrent is the torrent, the river is silent, because since in the workers' paradise even a torrent wouldn't waste its energy by singing. If the river flows means there will be a certain sound belongs to river sound, but the river also not even making a single sound, because the river doesn't like to waste its time by singing. To fill her pitcher. Here the bustling girl came to silent torrent to fill her pitcher. Here underline the word pitcher. The meaning for the pitcher is pot, a clay pot. 19th para. The girl's movement on the road was like the rapid movement of a skilled hand on the strings of a guitar. The girl, how that silent torrent girl walking is, she is moving fastly. How the skilled person plays a guitar, like that she is walking fastly and rapidly for that silent torrent. Her hair was carelessly done. She is not given in workers' paradise. Not only her, nobody is giving a value for their getting ready or making themselves to look beautiful. So her hair was carelessly done. Inquisitive wisps peeped often overhead her forehead to peer at the dark wonder of her eye. Suddenly her hair comes down. She is not even making it to get again upside. She is not even giving any care for her hair. 10th line. The idler. Here first time they are mentioning that the person's name is idler. The idler was standing by the stream. Here stream means I already before said river. As a princess sees a lonely beggar and is filled with pity. Here how the princess, if the princess sees a beggar, she will get a pity and help that beggar, like that. This silent torrent girl is thinking to help for this idler by giving some work. So the busy girl of the heaven saw this one and was filled with pity. 11th para. Ha! She cried with concern. You have no work in hand, have you? This and all extract their students. Also there is a question tag. You have no work in hand. This is a negative sentence, gives the positive question tag. Have no, have you. Here came have no work. In the question tag, positive tag will be have you. This is also a extract said by the silent torrent girl. You have no work in hand, have you? She asked to the idler. The man sighed. Work, I have not a moment to spare for work. Here idler says I not have a single second to do or to get any work, he says. 12th line. The girl did not understand his words, and she said she doesn't understand that idler words, what he is saying. But finally she said, I shall spare some work for you to do if you like. If you like to do some work means I am ready to give or to spare some work for you, she says the silent torrent girl. 13th line. The man replied, Girl of the silent torrent, all this time I have been waiting to take some work from your hands. Here the idler says, I am waiting to get some work from your side, he says. 14th line. What kind of work would you like? Here the silent torrent girl asks, what kind of work would you like? What kind of work you want? She asks. 15th line. Will you give me one of your picture, one that you can spare? Here picture means before I said clay pot. He is asking the silent torrent girl's picture, clay pot. She asked a picture. She is getting doubt. Why he is asking pot? He is thinking to take some water from the torrent. She asks, you want to draw water from the torrent? She asked. Who? Silent torrent girl. 17th line. No, I shall draw pictures on your picture. Here the idler says, I need to draw the beautiful picture on your clay pot. Picture means clay pot. He says, silent torrent girl got angry. The girl was annoyed. Annoyed means got angry. 19th line. Pictures, indeed, I have no time to waste on such as you. I am going. And she walked away. After hearing the angry thing from idler, she got anger and moved far. She walked away. 20th line. But how could a busy person get the better of one who had nothing to do? Every day they met, and every day he said to her. Here idler, every day he met. In silent torrent, she asked every day for a clay pot. Girl of the silent torrent, give me one of your clay pictures. I shall draw pictures on it. Every day he says, kindly give your picture to draw the picture, he says. 21st line. She yielded at last. Here, dear students, yielded means you know that getting yield from the agriculture land, like that. Finally she yielded in her heart to give that to give her pot, which means picture. She gave him one of her pictures. 22nd line. The man started painting. The man, idler man, started painting on her pictures. He draw line after line. He put color after color. 23rd line. When he had completed his work, the girl held up the picture and stared at its sides, her eyes puzzled. After finally the idler completed drawing the picture on her picture, after looking that picture, that silent torrent girl got puzzled. What kind of the purpose it is, for what purpose it will use, she thought those things in her mind. 24th line. Browsed down, she asked, what do they mean, all those lines and colors, what is their purpose? She asking question with idler, but idler says nothing here. What do they mean? The girl, silent torrent girl, asks, what is the purpose of this picture? Dear students, in our life, for every work there will be a purpose. Example, if we are eating also, for what purpose we are eating? For getting nutrition and energy. So if you do any work in this land, in this earth, there will be some purpose. For this picture, what is the purpose, he asks now with the idler. The man laughed. Nothing. A picture may have no meaning and so no purpose. Here the idler says nothing. There is no meaning and purpose for this picture. 27th para. The girl went away with her picture at home, away from praying eyes. She held it in the light, turned it round and scanned the painting from all angles. She went to home again. She is looking that picture on the picture in a puzzled mind. At night she is not even getting sleep at that night, so at night also she is looking and staring that picture on picture by in the lighted lamp. At night she moved out of bed, lighted a lamp and scanned it again in silence. For the first time in her life she had seen something that had no meaning and no purpose at all. In workers' paradise every people are working in a busy manner, but first time in her life she is seeing the work which has no meaning and no purpose in her life. 28th para. When she set out for the torrent the next day, suddenly she went to again she is going to torrent next day. This time she is moving more faster. Her hurrying feet were a little less hurried than before, for a new sense seemed to have awakened in her, a sense that seemed to have no meaning and no purpose at all. On the before day the idler made a work which has no meaning and no purpose, so today she is also moving, which means the next day she is also moving for the silent torrent more faster to see that idler what is the meaning and what is the purpose to ask of that picture. She saw the painter standing by the torrent and asked in confusion. In 29th line, the silent torrent girl is going and asking that painter standing by the torrent in confusion. What she asks, let us see. What do you want of me? She asks again, what do you want from my side? Any work or help from my side do you require? The silent torrent girl asks. 31st line. Only some more work from your hands. Here idler says only some more work from your hands he required, it seems. 32nd line. What kind of work would you like? What kind of work? She asks, 33rd line, let me make a colored ribbon for your hair. He answered. Again he says, I will make a colorful ribbons for your hair, he says. And what for? Again the silent torrent girl asks, and what purpose you are making that colorful ribbon? Again he said nothing. Ribbon were made bright in colors. The busy girl of workers' paradise had now to spend a lot of time every day tying the colored ribbon around her hair. The minutes slipped by unutilized. Much work was left unfinished. Nowadays she is giving a time to make her to get ready and making her to look beautiful. When she is giving those times to get ready for herself, most of the works are not finished and the minutes and times are not utilized properly. Unutilized the time. Much work was left unfinished. Finally, while she is wasting her time for those things, her works was unfinished. Thirty-seventh para. In workers' paradise, work had of late begun to suffer. Many persons who had been active before were now idle. This is the great example, dear students. Someone who joins with the person, he will become the same person. Like that, workers' paradise are combined to idler, and the entire workers' paradise people become as a idle persons, wasting their precious times on useless things such as painting and scripture. 38th para. The elders became anxious. A meeting was called. All agreed that such a state of affairs had so far been unknown in the history of the workers' paradise. In the history of the workers' paradise, right now, still nothing is happened like this, which is the work has no purpose and no meaning. But for the first time, those things are all going. So the elders of the workers' paradise summoned a meeting. The aerial messenger hurried in, bowed before the elders, and made a confession. Suddenly, during the elders meeting in the workers' paradise, the aerial messenger came and says some information. What is that information? Let us see. 40th line. I brought a wrong man into this paradise. The aerial messenger says. This is also a extract, dear students. You need to remember who said those sentence and all, which are the words I marked as a brown color. You need to underline those lines and to mark as a extract. I brought a wrong man into this paradise. The aerial messenger said. He said, it is all because of him. These things are said by the elders of the workers' paradise. It is all because of him. Here him means aerial messenger. 41st line. The man was summoned. The man, which means the idler, called to that meeting. As he came, the elders saw his fantastic dress, his quaint brushes, his paints, and they knew at once that he was not the right sort for workers' paradise. He came neatly, he dressed well, he took his brushes and paints, and he came to that workers' paradise elders meeting and standing in that place. 42nd line. Stiffly, the president said. One of the elders' paradise president says stiffly, this is no place for the like of you. This is not a place like for you. He says, you must leave. The president of the workers' paradise said, you must leave. Here you means the idler. Idler need to leave from this workers' paradise, said by president. 43rd line. The man said in relief. Here, dear students, he is lived many days in workers' paradise in heaven, but he is not thinking that now they are making me to move forward, but he is not getting any sad or any reaction. He is taking his brush and paints. He is ready to move. The man said in relief and gathered up his brushes and paints. But as he was about to go, the girl of the silent torrent came up tripping and cried. Here tripping means suddenly falling down. Suddenly fallen down, that silent torrent girl, she is running from far away and said, wait a moment, I shall come with you. She says, I will also come with you. With that idler, silent torrent girl also trying to move with him. 44th line. The elders gasped in surprise. The elders of the workers' paradise got surprised. Never before had a thing like this happened in workers' paradise, a thing that had no meaning and no purpose at all. Here the elders of the workers' paradise got surprised, and these things never happened in workers' paradise, which is the thing which has no meaning and no purpose at all. Dear students, this is a beautiful lesson to learn. The moral of the story is we need to do our work, which is our work. Finally, everyone has their own ideology and own ideological concepts for their work, so they need to follow their work, which is the work they have interest. Dear students, I hope you have understood this lesson. Thank you one and all. Next video will be coming soon.